What would you do if one of your closest friends said to you, hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst? Hi, my name is Gavin and I bring you simple videos on self-development because I believe self-development is the greatest investment. In my case, I was influenced by my friend. All through our teenage years, he kept saying, hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. In hindsight, I think it helped me to have realistic expectations. And so whenever I gave my best at something, I would hope for the best possible outcome and yet be prepared for the worst possible outcome that could happen. And so very few times in my life, I said, oh shoot, I never thought that would happen. It helped me to anticipate better. Talking about realistic expectations, I know today there are quite a few of us who are job hunting. And I just think in the job hunt process, it's important to give your best attempt and then hope for the best and yet be prepared for the worst. Today in this video, I'm going to focus on 3 aspects of the selection process that you will need to go through before you get that job that you want. The first aspect is the aptitude test. Now, if you're someone who's never given an aptitude test before, don't expect a miracle. Practice beforehand. Go online and search for as many aptitude tests that you can give and give all those aptitude tests so that you are better prepared for giving the aptitude test in the company that you're looking for that job in. The second aspect I want to focus on today is the group discussion. In the group discussion too, you need to prepare well. So prepare on the topics that you could be given for a group discussion. Read up about these topics. Be aware of the current happenings, especially those in your field of work or in your industry. Anticipate the kind of topics that you would get if you know who is the moderator for the group discussion. Now, while preparing for that group discussion, you would be naive to think that everyone is going to be nice to you. You might come across an individual who is very influenced by all the news anchors that he sees on all these panel discussions and wants to shout at you at each opportunity that he gets. Relax. Be calm. Respond to such an individual. Do not react. Put forth your point assertively. That is the best way to tackle an individual like this. The third aspect is the personal interview. Now, the personal interview is the integral part of a selection process. And so again, with the personal interview too, you need to prepare well. Prepare in advance by reading about the company. If possible, read about the interviewer. Much like Jonty Rhodes on a cricket field anticipating where the batsman is going to hit the ball, you too need to anticipate what are the kind of questions that you would get asked in the interview. So research, read up and find out what are the kind of questions that you would be asked in an interview. Go prepared with your answers for these questions. Don't walk in there thinking that you're going to charm the interviewer. Prepare well even for technical questions. You see, technical questions will determine how competent you could be at the job if you are given an opportunity. So don't go and walk in there and think that your confidence will take you through the interview. Confidence is not an alternative to competence. So you got to be technically competent too. Now, if you're someone who's doing all the basics right and is still not able to get the job opportunity that you're looking for, hang in there. Keep giving your best attempt each time. As the old saying goes, if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. If you like what I have shared with you and you think it can benefit your friends, go ahead and share this video. And don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you would like to hear more from me. together on this journey of self-development, we will get better. Thank you.